Hello and welcome to Highkey Obsessed. I am your host, Thomas Boomhauer, and joining me today, she just got done threading the needle. It's Cassie!
Hello, hello.
It has been a long time, maybe months,
Yeah,
but it feels good. We're back, baby.
back, baby. We are
And
back.
today we have a very, very special episode that I'm very excited for. And we're doing a mailbag. We sent out the call to you, our illustrious, our lovely audience. We said, give us some questions, no limits. Some of you clarified that 3 times. No limitations. I said, no limitations. They said, be careful what you ask for. We said, bring it on.
I
And
then got
y'all
other
delivered.
messages being like, seriously, do you like, can I just, it can be
Yep.
anything? I'm like, oh my God, now I'm worried.
Y'all. And then, you know what? If it's probably the same person, they did do us dirty in the end.
They did do us dirty,
And
and it
I
was
don't appreciate
definitely
it.
the same person.
But it was a completely different direction than I thought. And I think it's going to
Oh,
be very delicious what we give in response. So, we got a lot of questions. And before we get into them, we're going to talk about how we're going to kind of attack this, how we're going to tackle it. But
yeah.
before we do that, Cassie, where can people find Highkey Obsessed? And what should they do once they find us?
Yep, you can follow us on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, theoretically, at High Key Obsessed Podcast. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube at High Key Obsessed Podcast as well, where you can watch us on camera if that's how you like to consume your podcasts. You can also find us on all the listening podcast platforms of your choice. And while you're there, please subscribe, follow us, and hit that 5-star rating and review. If you don't give us 5 stars, we will, oh dear, I don't know, we'll spam your inbox with ridiculous
With
questions.
questions. Yes. Yes, we will. And you should also follow Cassie at Sharpbait's Bookshelf on Instagram and Threads. And also, I finally deleted Twitter because it is fully broken now. And so Blue
Wheels
Sky
are off.
probably,
They like the wheels are miles behind
it's
us.
real bad.
It's real bad.
And even the true posters, I love y'all. You are not enough to keep me there anymore. But you know what? It's good to be like one type of social media. The shackles are off of me a little bit. So that's nice. So, with the questions we got. I think there's like kind of 3 broad categories. One is general, which is very broad. One is historical, and there's a couple of recurring themes in that.
Mhm.
And then a big one, which is probably no surprise given what Cassie is wearing, is oh, I should do the same, is Red Rising. And so what we're going to do is go through the general and historical kind of in the order that they're just on the document. And then at the end, we're going to tackle the Red Rising questions. There will be spoilers for the entire Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown. And if you don't want to get spoiled, don't listen to that part of the episode. If
Yeah, we'll
you
give you a
do get
we'll give you a
spoiled,
heads
I don't
up.
want to hear it.
Right. We will give you a warning before we get into the
Yes.
Red Rising question so you can like cut out early. But if you stick around and then whinge at us because you got spoiled,
That's
we
on you, baby
will
doll.
mock you in public.
Mm, yep.
That's what we're
We
gonna
will
do.
eviscerate you in fiction.
Eviscerate you.
All right. So,
Do you
first
have your
question.
hat?
I do. I'll grab it.
Go get it. Put your hat on. Nothing like a matchy podcast vibe. Yes! We are not sponsored by Lit Escalates, but we might as well be.
Yet.
Yes.
Listen, we will take love. We'll take a shout out.
Dear listeners, dear viewers, I have to apologize in advance. I just got home from work travel that was last minute and exhausting. So if I seem a little loopy and lower energy than normal, that's why, and I apologize. I've gotten 4 to 5 hours of sleep the last 3 nights.
She groggy.
So the beer will help.
Mm,
This delicious gluten-free beer.
delish. I also have a delicious beer. Heavy gluten though.
Full gluten, yeah.
I said, give me the full loop, baby. All right. So, question number one comes from our lovely friends at Howler Pod. Ow!
Ow!
Top five historical figures. Go.
It was top five
So,
hottest historical
I'm
figure,
sorry. Yes. What the
right?
top? Yes, it was. Top five hottest
Okay.
historical
I was
figures.
like, I don't know if again, I'm really tired. I might have misread the prompt.
Listen, I thought I could get through this without giving a caveat of my own. I took allergy medicine too late last night, so I am groggy as well.
So everyone, we really should have rescheduled, but we're gonna power through.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be amazing.
All right.
All
So,
right,
yes, top five hottest historical figures.
hottest. How did you, can I ask, like, did you look people up to see, be
I
like,
tried
I
to,
think this
right?
person's hot, like their vibe is hot. Let me check if they're physically attractive too.
Yeah, I did kind of a bit of both. I did some I try to keep it like people that I knew, people that I think are like reputationally as hot, and then
Right.
one that I think is a bit of both, but is also way out of line.
Way out of line.
Yeah.
Is it, okay, wait. Is it Stalin?
No. No, but that
Because
he's on the
I
long list.
I was like, I was looking at something like just in general. I was looking something else up, and like there's a list of like hot historical figures,
Mhm.
and Stalin's on them. Like, so he's not actually my type, but he does have soulful eyes.
He has a vibe, right? He
My
has a way
husband was
about him.
like, "Get out of here."
So the reason Stalin didn't make the top five for me, amongst others, but this is the main reason, is he looks a lot like young Stalin, looks a lot like somebody that I fucking hate, and so I was just like, you don't make for that reason, Stalin. You're off the island.
That's fair. Okay,
He did
you
not
want to
get
go
a
first?
rose. But yes, mine are not in order, but Alexander the Great, known as a hot guy throughout history, smelled great apparently. He had mismatched eyes, which it might only be from the Alexander romances, but pretty cool if true. I think that could be, one blue, one green, kind of nice kind of thing going on.
Fair.
And plus, like, there are those, the propaganda from the Persians and others try to say he was ugly. In fact, I've heard, and this might be not true, but that Tyrion Lannister from A Song of Ice and Fire is based off of some of the propaganda that called Alexander ugly.
What?
Hmm.
I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Number two, and this is like historical, yes, but more recent, our girl Jane Goodall. Both,
Hell
all of the
yeah.
above, right? Vibes, very conventionally attractive. I love the way she weaponizes it. That was hot.
You're right. Okay, that's dope. Good call. That's a good call.
This one is like I wasn't doing deep in the research on this. I wanted to try to be like people I think of off the top of my head. This is a wild card. Certain pictures of Ulysses S. Grant. He's got a look about him. I think like if you're into Yellowstone, right? If you're like a rip girly, I think Ulysses at
Oh,
young.
would I?
There's like one
Okay,
picture when he's posted up with the cavalry hat. I think, and
I
then there's one where he's like, I think he's president, and it's been colorized. He's got those blue eyes. He's seen some shit. You can see it, right? This is a man who's been through some stuff.
He's
I
got
think
some
that would work for
trauma.
some folks.
Oh my God. I could
This
fix him. Yeah.
this is a sad one. I would encourage listeners to look it up for more than one reasons. Shout out my girl Dagmar Lalum. She was the girlfriend and fiance of Agent Eddie Chapman, who was a con man and criminal turned spy against the Nazis during World War II. My man had a German fiance, he had a British fiance, he had a Norwegian fiance all at the same time. He had the German government paying for, I think, at least two of them. He had the British government paying for two of them, all during the time. Anyway, so Dagmar, Norwegian, she is falls in love with this debonair British guy who is working for the Germans. She's like, I can't believe this happened to me. Like, I feel like such a scumbag. She's getting lambasted in the streets. He brings her on a cruise, confesses over a bottle of, I believe, brandy or cognac that he is in fact a British spy against the Nazis. She, after he leaves, is arrested for. So she is also a spy, like Norwegian resistance, working with Eddie Chapman against the Germans. She is arrested once the Nazis are forced out of there by Norway, held in prison for 6 months. She never, during her lifetime, confesses like that she was a member of the resistance working for this guy who like OSS. British never confirm it. Spends the rest of her life waiting for Eddie to come back. Like he never comes back. They speak one time. He marries the British fiance. Like very sad story. She's her like during her lifetime, her reputation was never restored.
What?
So I just wanted to, go to bat for her. Also pretty beautiful.
What a dick!
Yeah,
Him.
not a great guy.
Hate that.
But she truly loved him, was very taken with him, and
Yeah.
did some pretty crucial spying for against the Nazis. So shout out.
God damn.
And then this one, at least towards the end of her life, Joan of Arc.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't she still quite young when she died?
Well, I meant to she burned. She was burned. That's why I was out of line. That's why I was out of line.
I'm, I'm embarrassed.
You're tired. You're tired.
Oh my God. Okay. That's a good list. Joan of Arc notwithstanding, because that was
I feel
bleak.
like it was pretty, well rounded, inclusive.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Okay. Well, my list was, yeah, it was a mix of people that like I think of off the top of my head immediately, and then ones where I was like, hot historical figures, scroll. Did you know that is it Johann or Johannes Brahms, the composer? Fucking smokestack.
I saw that. He came up in
Yeah,
my search as well.
good looking dude. So I put him on my list. Um, and then the other one that was like oh shit, I did not know Jack Kerouac was that hot.
Maybe we saw the same list. He not my type, but I see the vision.
It's the eyes. He has
Hmm.
those like crazy, crazy light eyes. Um, yeah. So those two I added just to round out my list because I was like, I only really had three, and they were Anne Boleyn. Literally, I mean, like, you know, we know cocaine pussy is a thing that exists, but like,
Hey
how
yo,
good's it gotta be to get you to fucking leave, like, quit the church
shout out.
for your entire country,
Hmm.
change the entire system. I also just love Anne Boleyn. Um, and then my next two are Julie Daubigny and Agrippina the Younger.
Yeah, I think those are obvious, right?
Those are
Julie.
Julie Lamapin. But yeah, that's my list. Pretty quick, pretty easy.
Good list. Good
Yeah, I
list.
had the three. I had the three like immediately,
Hmm.
and then I was like, if I'm gonna do five, I have to like do some googling.
Hmm. Our next question comes from our good friend Ivana, aka iBone.
What? What?
That's for Ben. He'll get it.
Okay.
All right. She requested that we fan cast the World Cup with fantasy characters. And at the time, I felt like we could pull it off. Now, I think we did. I did a decent job. I was like, I don't know any of these people anymore.
Mm-mm.
I did
Well,
not
let me
watch
ask.
1 second of the World Cup this year. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did she give us the list of people to fan
No.
cast, or you came up with a list of people to fan cast? Is that what?
I talked about a couple of them. There's one who was not, but he's my all-time favorite soccer guy, and so I kept him in there with
Okay.
permission.
Okay.
So, do you want to go with your list first,
I
or
mean, I don't
whomever?
really have like all I like didn't think of like
Okay.
a lot, but I was for whatever reason as I was in my lift home from the airport, I was like, well, I don't know, like if I had to do this, like the only player I could think of off the top of my head that I like know and am relatively familiar with is Harry Kane from the England team,
Okay.
because
Heard of him.
he was on Tottenham Hotspur, which was my EPL team for many years. So like that's the only one I knew. And for whatever reason, I was like in the car. I was like, I mean, I don't know. And the only character from fantasy that came to mind was Jorah Mormont,
Okay. Balding.
Game of Thrones. He is, yeah, balding, but just like kind of like aging.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Harry is particularly old. He's like 32, but that is old for
It's
the
older for
feast.
soccer, yeah.
Uh, this is definitely, I would imagine, is going to be his last world. Um, but that was the only one I thought of. So your turn.
Okay. This one, I have no reason to back it up. I have Mbappe, Hilo. I don't know why. It felt nice to me.
Okay.
For Messi, I put Lorne Al Arcos. Absolute legend. Lives up to it. Aging, right? Does go out sad at the end, like a way that's like, that sucks. I would have liked him to go out better. But they also didn't fade into embarrassment. Like Messi dominated the cup, didn't win the gold at the or the not the gold, but didn't win the tournament. Uh, Lorne goes out. Spoiler. I think that's enough time. Spoiler goes out to Lilith, right? Unbecoming for such a great legend, but we also don't get to see him learn Darrow's red and disgrace himself from our point of view after that.
True.
Cristiano Ronaldo. I did Octavia Outloon again because he held on too long, went out sad, did live to embarrass himself.
Oh shit, that one's really good.
Questionable allegations, right? Get fucked,
hmm
Ronaldo, you piece of
Oh, I
shit.
have one for
Uh,
Holland.
I have one too. You go first. You go first.
Say them at the same time because I bet it's the same person.
Okay. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Ragnar.
Diomedes.
Um, Ragnar.
I feel
He's
like
Norse. He's a
yeah, but
Viking.
yes, that's fair. But Ragnar's like older energy, and Haaland is young, I think. So that's why I
Fine.
did Diomedes. It's like he's young, very fucking promising, living up to it, right? The storm himself, and he does this thing where he like doesn't he conserves his energy, and then all of a sudden sprints and stores a goal, and it
Okay.
reminded me of like Diomedes is very still and controlled, but
Fair.
when he moves, people begin to die, and it was like when he moves, he stores goals.
Dope. I like it. Also, we didn't
Um,
just make this a blanket spoiler alert the whole episode for Red Rising.
that's true. Sorry, guys. Pulisic. I did my boy Giselle from the first Law series because
Oh,
Pulisic
from
is
Newsop.
everyone's like, this guy is Captain America. He's our fucking hope. Real cool. Looks the part, plays the part. Fraud. Also, Giselle, not great conditioning. Pulisic had it asked out. Not great conditioning. Apt.
I got nothing.
I don't remember how to say his name, but Zinedine Zidane, maybe the other way around. Frenchman, historic French great player. I did loaded nine fingers. Good guy. Absolute fucking beast on the field. His temper can cost him and his team everything. He's the one he headbutted the guy in the sternum and lost France the World Cup in like 2006.
I don't even know that that happened.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
But
that
that
happened.
Ivana, hopefully,
It was a
we did
good, it
okay.
was a great prompt. I am just trash about
Mhm.
sports these
I
days.
still call it soccer. You know what I'm saying? Like I think given that our strengths, we did our best.
I think you did great. Those all sounded
Thank you.
good to me.
The issue
I
is I
did
might be
really enjoy.
completely mischaracterizing the soccer players.
That's probably fine. I did really enjoy the from this world years. Wow, this
Mm,
World Cup. I really did enjoy the rowing thing that they did.
I
I
didn't
don't know
see
what.
it, but I'm sure it was very charming.
Like, whew.
Kevin from the Words and Whiskies Discord submitted a pretty good one. That's very interesting. If
Yeah,
you could rewrite a book series in another author's style, what would it be and why?
you go first.
All right. So for me, I don't know that there's like a real answer because I think one of the things that makes the stories that we love so great is that the person who wrote it is the only person who could tell that story.
Yeah.
And I think there's a million reasons for that. I think especially because some of the stories we gravitate towards are like out there like the Greenbone Saga. I don't know that anyone else could or should write a story like that.
Mm-hmm.
With those specific types of characters and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That said, so to speak out of both sides of my mouth here, I do think that Fonda Lee taking on something like not actually rewriting a Song of Ice and Fire, but like taking on something like that, where that's more of the traditional epic fantasy would be really amazing
Mm-hmm.
because she has this quote about the Greenbone Saga where she said the term epic fantasy conjures an expectation of vast continents, kingdoms, and armies, the rise and fall of nations. But there is also an epic tale to be found in a single life, in the seasons of a marriage, in seeing one's children grow into adulthood, in passing hopes and dreams as well as burdens and sorrows from one generation down to another. And so I think taking like that ethos and putting it into the actual rise and falls of nations would be really fascinating from her.
I like that. I
And
think
then
that's
I also read a lot of nonfiction, and this year I've been reading a lot of biography, which is kind of new for me. I think that a really fascinating like fictional biography in the style of like Chernow or The Power Broker would be
mm-hmm.
really interesting as well. Because I think that's what I love about the Greenbone Saga is you spend so much time with that family
Mm-hmm.
that it feels kind of like a biography of their clan or like a memoir of the Greenbones and Tayton in that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And so like an actual history or memoir, not memoir, an actual like biographical account would be kind of cool for me personally.
That would be kind of fun. I mean, not kind of. That would be fun. Mine, I feel the same way. The only exception to that rule is Wheel of Time. And I think I never, because Brandon Sanderson finished Wheel of Time,
Mhm.
right? After Robert Jordan died. I think I never finished Wheel of Time. And it is because it was quite repetitive.
Hmm.
Story kind of like goes through the same, like each book is like kind of the same story over and over again, at least for the first 7 books, which is as far as I got. And I think Brandon Sanderson does still do that, but if you do Brandon Sanderson now, so like Stormlight Archives, Brandon Sanderson writing Wheel of Time, I just think it ends up being, I think it would end up being like tighter. It would still be pretty much this, they would be like pretty identical in terms of like the story and everything and like the characters. And I think he's the only one that knows them well enough to do it. But I think I might enjoy it more, or might have like been inclined to finish such a long slog. So that was mine. It was a
Yeah,
fun question though. Thanks, Kevin.
yeah. And it did make me think a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So now that brings us to frequent guest of the pod, Rebecca. She did tag her questions to one or both of us. However,
Okay.
I think it would not be remiss if we answered both, should we want to.
Cool.
Okay.
See if I have anything
This one's
into
for
your.
me. It's excluding what is canon. What romantic pairings in Harry Potter would you deem acceptable?
Wait,
So,
excluding what's canon, so like outside of
yes,
canon, what's acceptable to you? Okay, to you, Thomas. Yeah, I
yes.
don't have to answer
And
that
I
question.
think
The limit
for
does not
me,
exist
right,
for
well,
me.
for me, I feel like pretty much the same as long as it's like Malfoy and like garbage, right? Like if he's not happy, then I'm fine with it. I'm rocking with it. Um,
Oh God. Well, no. Let me ask you a
but
question
no,
then.
I did do a serious one answer for this because I thought about it a lot. I don't remember how she's represented in the books, but young Thomas, age appropriate Thomas, was very taken with the actress that played Cho Chang. So I'd like to see her happy. I thought her and Neville could be a quite lovely pair, just
Her
because
and
like
Neville
Neville's very delightful.
Roach.
Neville's a delightful guy.
I
I
don't know if I
also
ever.
thought Neville and Ginny because again, I like my boy Neville. I don't know that he could keep up with Ginny, who is very dynamic and fiery, but you know,
Sure. Sure. Yeah. I mean, fanfic Neville could,
mm,
like Panville. Pansy Neville is a common pairing. It's one of my favorites. Um, that version of Neville could hold up with Ginny, but I don't know if a canon Neville could.
That's fair.
um, the only there are like cursed pairings. The only one that I like straight up I'm like, no, it's gross and weird, no, is Hermione and um, Teddy Lupin. So like she's like
I
an
don't like
old
that.
like older and he's like
Hmm.
a young adult. I hate that. That one I put my foot down on.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I
Well,
think not
besides Hermione, what is your favorite Harry Potter romantic pairing?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Panville.
Panville,
Pansy Neville.
Pansy and Neville. Pansy,
Oh,
of
actually,
course.
wait. Ooh, no, it's not. It's it's not Pot. So it's Theo Not and Harry Potter.
Who is Theo not? Not a real character?
He's a Slytherin.
Okay.
He's a Slytherin in their year, but he's like only mentioned like once or twice in the books.
I love it. Shout out fanfic
Um,
writers.
but in like fanfic world, especially like Hermione world, like he has like this. He's this like chaos demon, and
Hmm.
he's my favorite character in like every fic.
Okay.
Not pot, pot not.
This one is also for me. Why didn't you ask me and Javelin the Bigfoot question when we were on the pod? There's an easy answer for this, I think. I was having too much fun, and I simply forgot.
Yep.
TBH.
We'll ask you next time,
We
since you're a
will.
frequent guest of the pod.
Frequent guest. This one's horrific. What would you rather find living in your attic? 1,000 cockroaches
Mm.
or one human?
Yep. This is Rebecca still.
Yep. I have one follow up question for her, if
She's
that's
asked me
allowed.
that we she this I feel like she asked this in a text chat one time.
Okay. Okay. I have a follow up before you answer yours. Rebecca, what the hell is wrong with you?
is this for both of us or just you?
Yeah,
I asked you a
both.
one or other question, not a yes question.
I answered before you finished. I'm sorry, but both.
I for me it was like honestly not even I have an immediate answer to this and it's one human.
That's what you would rather find?
I'd rather find a human being living in my attic than cockroaches.
Okay. That's surprising to me. I said I had the opposite. I had to think about it for 1 second, and then I was like, 1,000 cockroaches, I guess, because a human in your attic is just the implications are horrific.
I don't care. Have you ever had a cockroach run across your mouth?
No.
Well, I have.
What if it was like 1,000 spiders, like large spiders?
Nope, human.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. I just it there is basically no bug
Hmm.
larger than an ant, and even ants, 1,000 ants would probably be too many ants. But
I don't.
like if you find them all at once, like not like a line
Yeah.
of them, right? Like 1,000
Hmm.
ants in a pile. Oh, I'm actually freaking myself out. Um, I couldn't do it. One human could I could kill them. I could call the
Yeah, but then
cops.
like, I
Like
mean, it's like, how long have they been there?
I know. Look, that's none of my business.
Okay. So you can just be blissfully ignorant. Like, they just got here.
they
I
just
found them immediately.
they just got here. I literally have we've been having like they're not cockroach, they're like the palmetto bugs, but like I consider those
Hmm.
the same thing. Um we have those like we live on a swamp, like we have a basement, like there are palmetto bugs in our basement and like they'll every I don't know, couple of weeks one will like peek its head out upstairs and like try and, scare the shit out of me. And I always am like, okay, next time it happens, I'm gonna be able to handle it. I can do it myself. I'm a big girl. Invariably, Inevitably, I'm screaming bloody murder in the kitchen, and Brendan has to come take care of it. And I just stand there paralyzed in the kitchen, pointing at where it was the last time I saw it.
All right.
So, yeah, human.
All right.
I guess your answer is thousand cockroaches, which I feel
Yes, it
like
is.
yeah. But that's the point of the question, is because, like, you know,
We all have different traumas.
we have different traumas. Yeah.
Uh, she has one more general question, and then three Red Rising questions we'll be tackling at the
That's
end.
like, okay.
All right. Best books so far this year, again for both of us.
Okay. I I did look I did like look at this question before, so I was like, okay, I need to like do a little looking at my story graph.
Hmm.
I have read 22 five-star books this year already. The best of the best, however, is gonna be there's four. I like could have like really put most of the 22 on here, but I'm gonna go with these four, and it's The Song of Achilles. I can't believe it took me so long to read this. The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy, which just came out last week. The Raven Scholar. Oh, freaking amazing. Still haven't stopped thinking about it. And The Last Contract of Isako.
Nice. I started that on vacation and was not immediately sucked in, believe it or not.
Crazy. I mean, I can't imagine being immediately sucked in.
I mean, I'm like
Unless,
100
unless
pages
you're
in.
really into like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's like, if you're into kind of like, the beginning to me has like a very like film noir vibe to it. Like, and then the story kind of picks up, and but that like gritty vibe sort of sticks around the whole time. I love it.
Nice. All right. I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep going. I adore Fontaine, as is
Yeah,
known.
it is known.
For me, I've not been reading a ton, believe it or not, and not very
No,
many
no
new books.
nonfiction, anyways.
No, I mean, I've been reading
Oh, no
parts of a
fiction.
lot of things, just not like not finishing a lot of nonfiction, just, but like stealing what I need for various things I'm doing. But I have two. The Dot of the Woods by Liz Moore, which I love Liz Moore. Her not her first book, but the first book I read by her was Long Bright River, which was recently adapted into a series. Very
Hmm.
good. Dot of the Woods takes place in the Adirondacks, which are near and dear to my heart, and a lot of upstate New York places shouted out accurately, which I liked a lot.
Lovely.
And then The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt by Edmund Morris. Theodore Roosevelt, crazy person. Love him very much.
Hmm. Is he the one that said the big stick quote?
Yeah,
Is that him? Okay.
yeah.
It's a good quote. It's a good mindset.
He's just like, it's so funny because he was like, big into nature conservation, loved everything, loved murdering everything in nature. He was like, we gotta protect the wild spaces, gotta protect wild animals. Was heard that a bunch of bison had been shot and was like, I'm worried I might not get to kill them. Like there might be one that they're all dead and I won't get to have killed them. And it was like, Teddy, what's going on there? Like, seems like a disconnect is happening.
Like, do you not? He sounds like the kind of person who complains about traffic while sitting in a car by themselves, right? It's like, well, when they live in a place where like transit exists,
Mhm. He also
right?
like is very much a story of self-improvement and general improvement and like meeting and having his worldview change. I don't know
Yeah, yeah.
that that happened with that
The hunting.
with that particular issue, but
I just mean
like
like the
he was
people that
very
are like, oh,
snobbish and elitist. Yes.
I was stuck in traffic. It's like, my brother, you are traffic, quite literally causing it to. Anyways,
Yes.
um, that's so funny. I love that.
Flawed guy, very
You
crazy, very
save the
compelling.
bison so that I may kill one myself.
As long as they're saved, right?
I mean,
All right. This one comes from our friend Cullen from the Sons of Ares pod. Seabone. You have the ability to visit one place in time. You don't interact, but are just observing, so you are safe. What event are you going to?
Hmm. This one was very hard for me. There were so many options.
Yes. And I will say we got a couple other versions of this as well.
So
Yes.
I ultimately went with Tudor England, specifically during
Hmm.
Henry VIII's reign, um, and specifically after Catherine,
Okay.
because there's like two kind of like predominant schools of thought when it comes to Henry VIII, and like I would say like one is has started to like win out over the other for like a long time, but there's like the oh he was a big hoe bag and like was like sleeping around and had all these wives but was also like still cheating and like sleeping around and had all these kids or whatever, but like then there's the other school of thought that like there's only proof that he ever slept with three of his wives, and there's no proof that he like had children apart from, well, I guess there's what's her face, Bessie, so four plus the one woman. So uh there's all that. So like I want to know, one, who was actually hot, because those portraits all look terrible, but we don't really know, like that might have been hot back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
um and was he a hoe bag,
Mm.
or was he probably at least a little bit impotent syphilitic psychopath, which is what I think probably is the case.
I don't know enough to weigh in, but it seems it's on brand for you, I
But
would
I want to
say.
be able to
It
like see
seems
all that
fine.
without being burnt at the stake for being
Yeah.
a witch.
You're like an observer, you're just watching, you're like the turkey leg kind of rips, I'll take another
Oh,
ale. I'm not really impacting anything.
yeah. I mean, I would like to
Lighting
like
your
steal.
tongue a lot.
Yes.
Might have to like do the Hunger Games thing where you can't speak.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. How about you?
So I took it like event as a single day type of thing, or like something that like if you went to the Wikipedia page, it's an event type of thing, not like an
Yeah.
era. But we did get a lot of questions about what time period would you live in and visit and go to, and like what cultural stuff. So
Yeah.
if we mesh it all together, I think it's fair. But the event side of this question for me was I would want to go to, and it would be absolutely horrific. I know that. However, I would want to go to one of Alexander the Great's battles just to see, like, was it actually him? Is he nice at, like, was he the genius? Was he nice with it? Like, what's
Uh-huh.
going on?
Good.
So I think the big one would be probably the Battle of Gaugamela, which is the decisive battle against Darius III, where
Mm,
he had to improvise off his father's tactics and array the men kind of at a diagonal, in order
mhm,
because the Persians were arrayed just so vastly that they were going to be encompassed no matter what.
mhm,
So it would be that. Some other possibilities I thought would be the Battle of the Hydaspes, which was the battle in India with the monsoon rains, where he kind of conditioned the army not to be nervous when they were moving, and then had that crazy battle. That one would probably be more cinematic. The rain would be terrible though, like that would suck. But
Yeah.
Porus was apparently gigantic. A lot of war elephants. I think that would be kind of cool. There's horses going on, so it could be nice. But then one of the siege. So the ultimate answer though would be either the siege of Tyre or the siege of Gaza, because siege warfare I think is really where he was getting his stuff, and then the logistics and all that. But so yeah, just to be like, is my boy actually him?
Okay. Going with just a single event during this time period, I think I could still get the answers that I need, or at least the vibe.
Okay.
If it were the day Jane Seymour gave birth, I think that would do it. I could
Okay.
get my answers there because there's like, he was supposedly was off,
Mm-hmm.
chasing his next tail while she was like giving birth to his actual final son, uh, that he'd been waiting for forever. So, anyways,
Okay. Jacqueline from Bibliover asked basically like a very similar question. What would we, if we could witness one event, what would it be?
got it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Cullen had a follow up. Conversely, you can't pick the last 50 years, which,
Hmm.
that's just 1970. So I feel like not too crazy. Um, but you have to go back in time and live. Can't bring anything but the clothes on your back and the things in your head. When are you going to? What are you wearing? And what are you reading to prep?
Well, and don't forget, 70s are still on the table, just not
Yeah, yeah,
1970s
yeah.
and forward. So like
Mm-hmm.
1975, 1974, so much happening.
Mm-hmm. I got my
And,
vaccines, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling pretty good.
right, and recent enough that you could still be like buying stock in these things.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to worry about like the translations. They'd be like, what the hell does slap mean? Like they wouldn't speak me, but you'd be fine,
Yeah,
at least from talking point of view.
probably. I will, although but my real answer, like I do think that like practically speaking, I think the
Mm-hmm.
early 70s is probably the smartest bet.
Mm-hmm.
But my answer would probably be like the earliest I could go and still be safe adjacent,
Mm-hmm.
safer ish is like 1920s, 1930s.
Okay. I was thinking similarly. I was thinking like, use the white man privilege a little bit, maybe go to the 1880s or something like that and be like, hey, you know what we're not doing?
You'd be fine.
Reconstruction is still going. Reconstruction is still happening.
Reconstruction.
I'd be like, hey, which president was it? James Garfield that was voted in and ended Reconstruction? Whichever one, like the corrupt bargain, I'm beating his ass.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
not. It's not happening.
yeah.
Reconstruction marches on. The
Hmm.
South, guess what? Sorry, guys. We're not stopping Reconstruction. The military governors are remaining in place. We're
Hmm.
finishing it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I come back to a joyous world.
Well, except he said we have to go
Or
back and live there. So like
I'd
you're
live there. I'd stay
saying,
there. I'd
yeah.
be happy with the world I created.
Okay. So yeah, I think I would be perfectly fine in like 20s, 30s. Like there's a lot of like crime underworldy shit I could do and probably be like a little less caged by society.
They,
Um,
yeah, I think another one, this one just came to me, but I would read like emergency first aid manuals, whatever, MCAT, like all the medical books I have to read, right? I would be
mm,
wearing um, a lot of bandages around myself. I would be wearing like emergency medical supplies as clothes. I'm going back to when the Stingray got Steve Irwin. First of all, I'm telling him leave the barb in there, but we're saving Steve Irwin.
I actually love that answer.
Like I'm reading whatever I need to. I'm like, I know exactly what to do in this scenario, and
I can
he's
fix
walking
it.
out of there. Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God,
saying,
that's
hold
so.
on a minute.
Wait, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he said like, what are you wearing?
Or I'm
Okay,
saying,
first
you know
off.
what, Steve? Take a day off. We'll go
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. What are you wearing? Can that include a purse
Mm,
with
I think
stuff in
so.
it? Some tampons. Um, and like real
That could be
bras.
it though. Like you go back, you invent tampons,
Invent
and you
tampons.
just live.
Yep. Oh, sorry, whoever actually invented them. I don't know. Yeah, that's really funny. I didn't
That
think
go how
about
you expected,
I
Colin?
didn't think about what I'd wear or what I'd read. I didn't do any of that
No,
part of
that
the
was
question.
tough.
I also again like I didn't read half of these.
Yes, I did. I also forgot to share them until today.
That's true. That's true.
All right,
But
this
listeners,
one.
he redacted about half of
Hmm.
them. About half of these questions are complete surprises to me. So if it sounds like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, that's why. On
Yes,
top
I
of
also
the
tried not to prep in spirit, like in fairness,
solidarity.
solidarity.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Chains. All right. Next, our friend Crossland. Ever heard of him?
Gross.
He also has a Red Rising question that we'll skip, but his first one: if you can have any ancient leader, sans Alexander the Great, out for tea, who would you choose and why? I will say tea was very surprising given words and whiskey, right? Also, he knows I fucked with coffee, and Matt, you as well, right? Like tea, it's fine.
Yeah,
I
I
would not have tea. I would have coffee. I'm sorry.
Well, unless I don't know, like would you have coffee if it was someone from before when coffee was a thing?
Yeah, they're coming to me.
Aye, cool. Who's your pick? That's a great question though.
Um, so I think leader is the monkey wrench there, right? Because it can't be like a celebrity or someone like that. And also ancient leader. Um, I think it's like for me, it's a basic bitch answer, right? I think I have 4 or 5 options. Julius Caesar or Augustus would be
I
cool.
literally, yeah.
I think me personally, because I want to read them for filth, Pericles or Demosthenes, because both of them led to Athens being pretty much destroyed for a little bit. Demosthenes led to the fall of classical Greece and the
Mhm.
subjugation of them by the Macedonians. So just being like, what was going on in your brain, buddy? Like,
What
walk
were
me
you
through it.
thinking?
And then also, like, walk me through your daughter dies, and then Philip dies, and you have a party, and just like people had to tell you to chill out. Like, walk me through that. Cleopatra, of course, just to kind
Cleopatra's
of
my
get.
answer. Like you said, Julius Caesar, I was like, oh, Cleopatra
Mhm.
immediately.
So yeah, what? Well, let's speak on it.
I was really into her when I was a kid. Like
Right?
she was perfect because you know who wasn't obsessed with ancient Greece and Rome
Mm-hmm.
as youths that ended up being bookish people, but I was also really into ancient Egypt, and so Cleopatra was. Um, but she also almost made it onto my hot historical figures list.
Mm-hmm. Me too. The reason I
Use-
didn't is
Using them
because.
feminine wiles.
Mhm. Yeah. But I think Cleopatra's great too because you get the leader, you get to be like, ancient women in general, historical women are so misrepresented and like getting that chance to have a real conversation. So there's that serious element, but then also you get the tea. Like you get to be like Julius Caesar, what's going on there, girl? Mark Antony,
Mark Anthony, girl, what's going on?
what's going on?
Who do we like better? What happened? Like what was
Like
the
what's
what's the story? What's the tea? Like what
deets?
actually
Like
happened?
is it? And then I'm assuming it's brunch at this point, which is very nice.
Mimosas. Oh
Like a
yeah,
little mimosas with
cross.
Cleopatra,
Come on, my guy.
Cleo, my girl Cleo.
Mimosas with Cleopatra. Get the fuck out of here. That'd be so
That sounds
fun.
like a Magic Treehouse book.
Okay, I never read Magic Tree House.
That's fine, but it's like dinosaurs in the afternoon
But
or like
right.
Civil War on
Right.
Tuesday.
No, I
That's
get the premise. I know the premise. It's just I'm sad that like it wasn't a thing when I was
mhm.
younger. More of a, Dear America kind of books, girly.
I- If we opened it up and it was either just like historical leader or historical figure, what would you go with? Who would you go with?
Hmm. You can't. It's too many. That's too many
Pass.
options.
All
Too
right.
many options. Pass. We'll be
Okay.
here all. What about you? You
Trust.
like you had someone
Hmm.
in mind, I think, which is why the leader
Yeah.
was a problem for you.
Well, mine would be Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
It would just be incredible. Just to like, because that's like, if I were better at math, I probably would have studied like biology or
Yeah.
tried to be her or a marine biologist. But I got scared about the physics and calculus of it all. And so like just being able to, because I mean, I fucked with the primate study so heavily, and she
Mhm.
discovered almost everything, like the foundational understanding of modern understanding of chimps at least. And being
Yeah.
able to talk to her about that would be incredible.
I
And she
love that.
seems like such an incredible soul, right? So this sounds awesome.
I just realized you sent me a picture of Ulysses S. Grant,
Mhm.
and I hadn't looked at it yet.
I was gonna send more, but that's fine.
I kind of see the vision. I do
There's
not.
like there's better ones. There's better ones, but
Sure. It's
um
more Kevin Costner than Rip, but yeah.
I think that's yeah. I didn't watch the show. Speaking of shows though, if you were a Hollywood producer, outside the very obvious choices the two of us would make in TV and movies, what would you like to see adapted? As well as what would you like to see get a sequel? This is a hot take question, not your obvious The Nice Guys 2 or Red Rising. Duh. Also from Cross, as
Nice
you can maybe
guys
tell.
too. We're
The
red
Nice Guys
rising.
2.
Duh.
Duh.
So here's the problem. Okay, wait. What was the beginning of it? Was the beginning of the question that we were
So we're
involved in
producers. Like,
production?
we can greenlight it, and I'm assuming we're producers. We're making sure this
We
thing's
get
good.
control. We have like decision making power. Because like that's kind of my thing. Is like even
Mhm.
before She Who Shall Not Be Named went all turfy, like I did not want another adaptation unless it was me and my sisters doing it because no one else is gonna do it right. So I have a
I
really
believe
hard
it.
time. I like adaptations I get very worried about. So I don't know. Do you have an answer while I think?
Yes, I cheated because of
Go
this similar. So I would want to see, like, we're not doing a direct adaptation, but like adaptation set in worlds. And so
ahead.
one of the ones I thought of was like if we could get a West Wing slash House of Cards set in one of these fantasy or sci-fi worlds, it would be incredible.
Like
Especially I think like
politics show
yeah,
set in a fantasy world that we love. I love that.
yeah. And I think even like if you wanted to expand it, you bring in the newsroom element too, and it's like the people covering it. And it's because then it's like House of Cards and Star Wars, like Coruscant, House of Cards would just be fucking sick. Because it's you get like the I forget what his name in West Wing, but Gus, the version of Gus
Sam.
who's like Palpatine's page boy,
Yeah,
his
Sam.
assistant, right? Like that would be fucking sick. And you get like all the scheming and the machinations, and it's like we're fucking in the weeds. Like it's not.
Charlie.
There's no Jedi in this show. There's none of that stuff. Like we don't see any of the violence. Any of the. It's fucking. We're in this shit. The other one, and this is something I want to write. So no one steal this idea. The Hound of the Baskervilles, but it's in Louisiana. It's a Southern Gothic in Louisiana, and it's not like a one-to-one adaptation, but it's pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, why wouldn't that be Knives Out 4 or whatever we're on now?
Oh, actually, that's really fun. I love that. But yeah,
Like
also,
you get the
everyone,
swamp.
West Wing fans, I do apologize. I know it's Charlie, not Sam. He does play Sam in Holes, but
Hmm.
not so. My bad. Um, I love that whole premise. The concept in general, I think is really cool
Thank you.
for both things. The Hound
And
of the
plus, you
Bastards.
could do like the Cajun French for the title. The Baskerville.
Les Baskervilles. Um, okay. I like that. And I agree. Like the not a straight adaptation, but something set in the world would
Hmm.
be really great. I do think I think The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Hmm.
I think that would be really not like I don't want to say easy in like a it's so like basic, but I think
Hmm.
it would be very easy to adapt it well. Um because there's no like it's fantasy, but it's set in our world, but it's historical. So like the costumes would be really fun. You could have a lot of fun with like, France through the years and into London and New
Hmm.
York and um that I think that one would be good. Another one that I really this would have to I almost think that this would have to be animated, but you can't see over here and I can't get it down, but Little Thieves by Margaret Owen would be a really fun one to be involved in adapting because I think it'd be nice to have because it's YA. And it's YA that does First Love so well. I think it should be required reading for every teenager. So if you make it into a show, make it more accessible. Anyways, I think those are the two I would do that are out of the box, not what people would expect me to say. I'm not like, oh, we got to get a Red Rising adaptation. I got to get the Red Rising TV show. Like I actually like kind of don't want it.
Hmm.
Like it stresses me out thinking about a Red Rising adaptation that doesn't do it justice.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that that's why we don't have one yet, because that's how Pierce feels too. Like,
I think
right? Like
that's fair.
he doesn't want to do it if it's not gonna be right. He's not gonna just like give up control of it.
I think I feel similarly now. I think you and I are on opposite ends of this, but because I love the show Invincible, I think if you stacked the voice cast and did Red Rising and animation that way with the duty of care it would require, I'd be cool with it. But
Yeah.
because like even the good seasons of a song of Game of Thrones pale in comparison for the most part to A Song of Ice and Fire, I'm right there with you now. Like I'm fine if we don't get a Red Rising adaptation. Just let it be sacred and special. And I don't think it would impact my love of the books at all, but
No, no, not at all. Because like we all know, like I hate the Harry Potter movies.
mm,
Doesn't change like my feelings about the books. And again, like historically speaking,
mm,
um, but my thing with it, like I will say, like I no longer hate the idea of animated shows in general. Like I think there are ones that are done well, and I kind of wanted Dungeon Crawler Carl's adaptation to be animated. I thought that made more sense because of how much CGI is going to be needed for it to make sense, anyways. And I don't think you need that for Red Rising. Everyone's like, "How are you going to do these 7 feet tall people
mm,
next to 5 feet tall Reds?" I'm like, "Hi, did you see the Odyssey?" Like, that doesn't even require a lot of money. It requires being able to be like
time.
knowing what the fuck you're doing with camera angles. Like,
Mm,
um, like, do you see Lord of the Rings? Gimli is the tallest. Like, John Rhys Davis is the tallest member of that cast. Like, um. Anyways, sorry. So I'm not opposed to animated shows anymore. I just do not think it makes sense for Red Rising for the subject material, like for the material. I don't think animated makes sense. But I don't think it would be bad. I just don't think it makes sense.
okay. I had one that is actually being adapted, which I think I knew, but I think I have a very particular take I'd like to see on Yellowface, and I would basically like it to be very Gossip Girly, but with June looking to the camera and doing the Gossip Girl stuff,
I haven't
and
read it
where
yet.
like kind of I think it would be. Oh, you did not? Okay, I thought you
Nope.
did. I'll leave it then. But I think kind of like a Fleabag Gossip Girl type take on Yellowface would be where it's like,
I love
mid
that.
combo looking away, doing her thing. That's all I'll say. And then he said not the obvious ones. Fuck it. Greenbone Saga. That I do. That one I do want adapted because I think it is very cinematic and I
That
think you
one,
to do a series
I
would
think
be
would be
incredible.
I think that's so adaptable.
I don't know why the fuck it's not.
Because was it Sony bought it?
Someone had it. I think it was like Peacock maybe, but whoever didn't pick it up, guess what? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
We have two more from Cross.
My goodness, Cross.
Is there a medium of art that is underutilized in the modern day to tell stories? This is a
I
hard one.
saw
I
that
was like, I
question.
don't know.
I think it's a really interesting question. I don't think so. I think it just like I don't think it's underutilized. I think there
Hmm.
are, some people might not know it's out there. Maybe.
That's that's exactly what I thought. I was like, for me personally, the things I'd like to interact with more, one act plays, which I'm sure there's no shortage of that are being cranked out, right? I just like them. And then songs that are stories, like, but not sneaky about it. Like, this is not a good example of it necessarily, but Hurricane by Bob Dylan, not a bad example necessarily. Just, I'm saying, don't kill me if you know better versions. The Devil Went Down to Georgia, like songs like that
Got it. Yeah.
where it's just like it's not like, oh, I'm reading the tea leaves or even like they're telling me the stuff, but like beginning, middle, and the full story's there. It's a long song for no reason. I'm in it.
I like that. I like that.
Cross asked the similar, what country, what period of time would you like to visit? If you do so choose, any particular cultural pieces that you'd like to see?
I
Whomever.
want to like there's no one answer for that question. Like truly, like I want to live in every time period. I want to go to every uh monumental structure that no longer exists because it's been demolished by horrible wars in modern times. Like, I want to do, like, I hate that I will never be able to, like, experience all of those things. It makes me crazy sometimes when I think
Yeah.
about it. So,
Uh, Jacqueline also asked, what historical site would you like to travel to see, which is
yeah,
similar.
all of them. All of them.
And yeah, I think I chose one. I try to go out of the box with it because there's basic answers and like the endless answers as well. So I thought the Hanging Gardens of
The Hanging
Babylon.
Gardens of, yes,
It's how
literally.
the like all these other things we either have like pretty good idea of how they could have done it. We have like descriptions or they're still there, right? They're like this is here, we just can't see it in its full glory. We're just like, yeah, these things existed and we believe it, and it makes no goddamn sense. How did they do it? I want to know. I want to see it. I just want to
Hanging
gaze
Gardens
upon it.
of Babylon? No.
Yep.
Yeah, Babylon. Okay. I was like saying it. I was literally getting ready to say maybe that, like, probably the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Big dog. We're locked in. We're locked in.
Me and you, man.
All right.
This is why we have a podcast together.
Yes. And also though he said any particular cultural pieces that you like to see, which I think I said, but it reminded me of which is more culturally significant, the Renaissance or Cinder Ladies by Beyonce.
Yes.
And this one comes from J Bone Jacqueline from Bibliovert. Hey. Would you rather it always feel like it's 99 degrees, regardless of actual temperature and weather in your house, or everywhere you go is as overstimulating as an airport overcrowded on Thanksgiving week?
Oh, wow, that is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly worse than the cockroach human question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think
I,
99 degrees, which would
I think
fucking
airport.
suck. Okay.
I mean, like, 99 degrees, honestly, it would suck. It would suck a lot. I was just in Texas. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe that wouldn't be as bad. Airport, like, all the time, everywhere, even in your own home, or just anytime you
It
left
says
your house?
everywhere you go. So
Everywhere you go. Okay.
mhm,
So not home.
I think so.
Then airport. Then my answer is airport.
See, I didn't because it's like that means your nice little coffee shop solo dates are done. You're in your favorite coffee shop and it's as overstimulating as an airport during
That's okay.
holidays, during Thanksgiving week. I'm out.
That's okay. Because I can get a seat in an airport even in that time. Like,
This is yeah, yeah, yeah. This is your this is your woman privilege because you can be a nice recluse. You can be like, "Oh, she's so mysterious, the mysterious Madame Hurley, the
yes,
Madame."
Mrs. Havisham in my house, like, never leaving.
Just have you.
Um,
That was a joke, of course. I could be a recluse as well. Everyone knows it.
yes. Um,
This one I liked. If you could wipe three books from your memory to reread like it's your first time, what would they be?
mm-hmm. I saw this and I was thinking about it in the car because initially I was like, ooh, can't wait. Okay, this, and this. And then I was like, honestly, though, and I wonder, like, I don't know, this is such a weird way to think of it, but, like, now, like, even a couple of years ago, I probably would have said Red Rising, Harry Potter, and His Dark Materials. To be able to experience those and read those again for the first time would be, a few years ago, I would have said would have been the best, so fun. I'm jealous of everyone that gets to experience it for the first time now.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I read those books, I pick up something different. I
Mm-hmm.
experience it differently because of where I am in my life and what I've experienced since the last time I've read it. So, like, I don't know that I'd want to start over from scratch and, like, because who knows if my experience would be the same reading it for the first time now as it was when I was a kid, because or in my early 20s, mid 20s,
Mm-hmm.
um late 20s, shut up. um I think, like, I've experienced so much since I first read those books, like,
Mm-hmm.
each of them. um it would totally change how I feel about them. I wouldn't change if I liked them necessarily, but it would change the experience. And so it wouldn't even be like I get to have the same experience for the first time all over. It would be a completely different experience. And I would no longer have the memory of that experience,
I think that's a
which
very
would make
smart
me a
take and
totally
read.
different person.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's my answer is none. None. No, no
Can I
books.
pick one for you? Just
Sure.
because I think it would be funny. Uh, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
That's a little meta of you.
Yeah, but it would also, I think it would fundamentally alter you too much, so we can't risk
It
it.
would be very fitting. Yeah, the last like 6 years of my life would be so different if I wasn't like Addie. Um,
I did think a lot about what you said, which again I think is like so poignant. However, I answered it anyway. So I said Golden Sun just because that the first time you read it, it's just like holy fuck. So
punch you right in the teeth.
I cheated a little bit with this one, but like I think, as you know, as the podcast I've talked about it a lot. Reading A Song of Ice and Fire for the first time last year was like special for me, and I think
Yeah.
having the ability to do that without the spoilers that have seeped in over the years, or having watched Game of Thrones, would have been like incredible, especially for Storm of Swords. So like it's in the flavor, it's in the spirit of the question, I think, right? Like if I'm removing the spoilers from my brain and all that.
I like couldn't
Um,
I couldn't think of what's like the each of the books. I'm like I don't know what
yeah.
happens in each. It's been so long.
And then this one, I think, again, I was like, caveat if I'm going back in time and reading it like when it came out. And I'm like back in, I forget how old I was, but like 13-year-old Thomas, whatever. The Last Olympian, which is the last of the first five Percy Jackson books, which I reread those a couple years ago. Largely did not, like, there's some childhood books that I read and I'm like, I'm back in it. I feel it. This one, I was like, ah. And I got to
Oh,
The Last Olympian and I was like, I'm fucking locked back in, baby.
good, good.
There's just like there's that one where there's an army of monsters. There's these kids fighting monsters, and he's like there's 40 monsters and a Sherman tank coming down the Lincoln Tunnel. I'm like, let's fucking go. It's just like that's awesome. Like that still hits. It was like, why do they have a Sherman tank? Who cares? Like that's fucking awesome.
None of our business. That's funny.
So we have the Red
Move on.
Rising questions. So spoilers for the entire Red Rising saga. Do not
Spoiler,
listen anymore. We
spoiler,
love
spoiler.
you. Goodbye. Get out of here. See you
Deuces.
later. A lot of these are Red God coded, but I think everything will come into it. This is
Yeah,
from our good friends at Howler Pod once again. What are your hopes and dreams for Red God when it comes out?
I don't have any.
Okay, I think that's the right
I
take.
I have gotten in my old age, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait when the book comes out. I'm gonna read it. I'm probably gonna like it. If I don't, that's okay too. But like, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I'm not gonna try
Mhm.
and predict what I think is gonna happen. I think it's totally fine if other people want to. I just don't want to like. I'm not gonna engage in those conversations really.
Okay, I think Iron Gold. I was bait into the steaming after Iron Gold and before Dark Age, and like, what the fuck's going on? And then Dark Age was just so radically different than anybody thought it would be in any respect that I was just like, okay, let Pierce cook. Like, there's no point in thinking. Like, think about what he's
There's
written,
no point
trying to
in thinking.
project what he's going to write. No. That said, I do have a wish list. Land the plane. I want Lysander dead. I want Darrow alive. I want Darrow and Virginia to kiss. I want them to kiss.
Now kiss.
I want Darrow to have a nice moment with his son Pax. I want Diomedes to fuck people up on page. I want to see it.
Yes.
All right.
These things, I'm in. That kind of like this. These are the things I want just to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
happy. Like I want everyone to have a good time. Like
I just hope
that's what I
everyone
want.
except Lysander has fun.
Yeah, I would love it.
Atalantia even. Throw her a bone, man. As long as
She's
that
had
bone is
one.
killing my.
She's had one. We don't need
I
to give her
know.
more
I know.
bones. Yeah, actually, here's my one request, my
Let me hear
legitimate
it.
one request for Red God. Pierce middle name Brown. Please,
Leslie.
please. Leslie. Pierce Leslie Brown. Please Do not write a Lysander Atalantia sex scene in Red God. I am absolutely begging you.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night. All right. Next question.
What character do you want to see more page time for in Red God? And this comes from Rebecca.
Victra, always is my answer.
Okay.
More page time? Victra.
I said Mustang. Parentheses always. Okay.
Yes. I
I
expect,
love
but
Mustang. I
I'm
think,
assuming,
as you know,
but I am
um,
assuming that we're going to get a lot of Mustang chapters in Red Gods. Maybe that might be dumb of me, but like that's my assumption. But I want more Victra.
mhm. I was just like, as you know, I'm a main character enjoyer, but like main character is my favorite character usually, typically.
Hmm.
Um, Mustaine is like right there. Big fan of her work.
Yeah.
Can I come to your house to read Red God with you when it comes out? That's addressed to you from Rebecca, but I'm also addressing you as well.
You're also asking me that question. Yes.
Yes,
Red God reading party.
we should all
I'm
cry.
I actually like am really into that idea. I'm not I
Um,
like reading the same thing in a group of people in a room of like or
mhm,
at least in a house with people and then you'd be
mhm.
like, what page are you on? Um as long as no one's like a big have you read this? Get the fuck out of my house. But yes, the answer is
Yes, we
yes.
all have soundproof headphones on, reading. It's like a silent distro for reading with mimosas and
With
Cleopatra.
themed snacks, mimosas, we can have like, yoga breaks, stuff like that.
Uh, who do y'all want to kill Lysander and how? Again, to both of us. I can go if you want to get you some
So,
time.
yeah.
Okay. I don't care. I want him to die violently and terribly. I have a caveat to that. I think him dying by the Edme, whatever, would be very poetic and fitting, and that would be kind of awesome.
But wouldn't
Satisfying options. What?
wouldn't that kill all the golds on that planet?
I no, I sorry, I skipped over it. He's the only one that dies from it. He's the only one that
How?
the Edme kills because he's
How?
like quarantined. It goes off accidentally. He's being an idiot.
On
He
a
accidentally sets
planet
it
that
off.
he's alone with?
He's not on
Alone
a
on?
planet. It's in his. He's like in a shuttle or
In a
something. Who
shuttle?
cares?
Ooh,
Who
ooh.
cares? Why are you nitpicking? Just let
I'm
Lysander's the only one that the Edme kills. Like
sorry.
it's a
Sorry. Like,
trap. Like, it should be like it's a
the
fate
crap.
thing, right? Anyway, some satisfying options. Darrow, of course. Mustang. The Storm Knight, my boy Diomedes. I think Atalantia killing him, I would think that's cool. I'm fine with it. Like Lysander set up as he's the big bad and then he dies. Like Atalantia takes him out. It's just like you're a bitch actually the whole time.
Yeah.
You ain't shit. And then of course like Cicero or Tiber, one of the followers taking him out would be like cool. But as long as
Yeah.
this bitch dies, I'm fine.
Like, honestly, I apart from like Lyria, I don't want it to be a main character
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
To your point, right? Like, just like the light resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have this epic battle. We brush away light resistance. You
Yeah.
are not bad. You're not hard. You are a fucking bitch and
You're
deserve to
not
die.
that guy, pal. You're not that guy. That's why I think like he challenges Atalantia to 1v1, right? He's like, I'm gonna, avenge my family, and then she just mops him. Or even if it's like a hard fought battle and she wins, like that would be cool. I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because Atalantia is scary. Like she is that bitch.
The snake. Ooh.
Hypatia? What's the snake's name?
Yeah. Hypatia,
I
isn't
don't
it?
know. Maybe.
Something like that.
This one we might. I don't know if I if I accidentally redacted it, but I couldn't think of an answer. I'm not logged in. From Cross. What do you believe is the most common misconception in the Red Rising fandom about some piece of its lore?
So you did not redact this one. I don't know that this counts as like lore that's
Hmm.
misconstrued or misunderstood or whatever. Um, but the like common it's like a complaint or a criticism critique of the book that especially the first one that I do not I think is wrong. People are misusing it, and I talk about this all the time. Is that EO is fridged? That's not what that is. So that's my main one. Is that
I think
EO,
that's a really
EO's
good
a
one.
main character, she just happens to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
You can still be a driving force, a driving character with your own story motivations, and like we learn more about her the farther we go on to this in the book, and we like she continues to be a motivating main character
Mm-hmm.
from the grave, but not silenced and only taken out when convenient. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
always there.
Yeah, and I think the fact that she doesn't have that agency, but that she becomes something else for everybody but Darrow. Too, it's like she does become a character
Yep.
beyond who she was in life.
Yeah.
All right, this is our last one. This is our last question. It's
Oh
our
no.
worst question.
Shit. Okay.
You have been hired by Lysander from the Red Rising series to be his lawyer. Give a 3-minute speech as to why he's misunderstood and is actually the hero.
Here's my speech. Jacqueline, you're a cunt.
Add a line to ask us to do this.
The audacity
I
of
know.
this woman. I'm just kidding. I love you, and everyone should go listen to
Jacqueline,
Bibliover
next time.
podcast. But
Next time
bitch,
there are parameters, though. Next time there are parameters. You earned them.
you ruined it for everyone, my girl. Okay, this is not going to be 3 minutes long. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's not his fault. He's just a bitch. That's my speech.
All right. I think that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Now, me. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here today not to adjudicate upon the facts, because the prosecution, such as they are, have attempted to effectively bamboozle the fine folks that sit on this jury with a series of anecdotal evidence, character assassination, and whataboutisms. And let me tell you something, that may fly in those fancy Yankee courts in the tour. But around here, my good men and ladies, we care about justice. Now, is Lysander Al Loon a perfect man? Far from it. Did he, in fact, take every opportunity to enrich himself, boost his legacy, and grasp desperately at the claws of power? Yes, sir, he did. He did. However, I asked you, what gold in his place would not do such a thing? What's more, he stands accused of murder, terrorists, agitators, and warlord despots by simply avenging his society, his grandmother. How can he do wrong? Is there no justice in these so-called society remnant? And so I'll rest my case. I thought just saying bullshit was the only way to do it.
That was an excellent impersonation.
Thank you. I'm just a simple country copper.
Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. You like literally sounded like him. That was crazy.
Thank you.
That was really hard for me to like not just lose it out loud the whole time. I probably should have muted my microphone.
Oh, that sucked though. I try to do it in good
Yeah.
faith. You know what I mean? You gotta lie.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. This is why I could never have been a lawyer. Or like anything where you have to like lie convincingly repeatedly. When I was younger probably, but like these days I'm just like can't do it. Just can't do it.
No.
Wow, that was amazing. Jacqueline, you suck. Hate you
Yep.
just a little bit. Also, Thomas, did you get that question earlier than me? Because,
No, I
like,
got it today.
holy shit, that was impressive.
So I wanted to thank you. I wanted to ad lib mostly. So I came up with the idea of I'm just gonna do the simple country lawyer bit. and see what happens. See what words spill out of my mouth.
Wow. Wow.
My defense are in to like not give me credit. I guess I've been watching Brennan Lee Mulligan a little bit from Dropout. He's a good uh, monologuer.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
All right. This
Yeah.
week we're Highkey Obsessed with.
I actually had something. What the hell was it? Oh. Oh. I left my book over there. It's uh the exquisite torment of
Mm,
loving your enemy. So good. So, so good. It's the second book in the Dearly Below the Duology by Bridget Knightley. And I had so much fucking fun reading that.
amazing.
Just absolutely love it. How about you?
For me, it is uh, the History of the Vikings Great Courses lecture series from Kenneth Harl, which
Mm-hmm.
was very good. I know nothing about the Vikings, so his specialty is like Greek and Byzantine history predominantly, but he lectures on other subjects through what was then the teaching company and does like a very good job. And what's nice about him is he's kind of funny. Like he very much does approach the subject matter like I'm teaching it, I'm talking like even middle of the road. He's careful to say when something his opinion, but his
Mm-hmm.
opinions are funny. Like he was like, there's this book called why the like Irish saved civilization or something. And he was like, frankly, it's a rather
Oh,
ridiculous book, but it was just like, damn, dude.
it's my mom's favorite book, actually.
Kenneth, Kenneth Harl
It's how the Irish saved
disagrees.
civilization, and it is in fact not ridiculous because it was an effort led by nuns, and the monks like did the writing stuff, but it was
Hmm.
an effort led by women in like the teens, century wise,
Hmm.
early teens, and it's the like any remnants from the library at Alexandria that survive only survive because of that effort. So like quite literally, if you watch the Odyssey and you like Matt Damon's speech at the end of the Odyssey about like civilization and like how people aren't going to be able to write, so like stories are going to be told verbally, like that's related. So just saying.
Yes, I do. I did
He's
think it
wrong.
was
It's
funny
not
that
my
he
fault.
just like went on that. I
He's
think he
wrong.
meant more from like an academic and like scholarly point of view, which I cannot speak to. I haven't read the book, but that's where he's coming from.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Is like, is it legit? Is the scholarship there to back it up, basically?
Hmm.
Anyway, that's good. I have a shelf full of Viking history to now dive deeper into with my basics in
I
place.
love that. I want
All
to do
right,
more Viking history too, so we should do that.
it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like basically they were the only motherfuckers that had their shit together, but because Rome hadn't conquered those areas, there were no institutions or cities to draw on to like forge lasting kingdoms.
Yeah.
And so they were like kind of doing it themselves. And that's why like the ones that conquered into areas that Rome had been, which is, something a Greek and Roman historian I think would say, but that was
Yeah.
his take on it.
Oh, I
But it
know
was
why
cool.
he doesn't like it. It's because they are talking about like the pillaging and the burning, and that was the Vikings. So like,
Hmm.
fair. That's fair.
But it was cool. It was really cool. And I don't know a lot about that time period of history, but the other thing that's cool is that it's not like a time period, is that they were active during the Greek and Roman ages and then during the Middle Ages and Renaissance and all that. So it's like, oh shit, pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
For
they
sure.
get into like the very brief, tiny bit of North American colonization that they attempted in the Greenland and Iceland
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So it was cool.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Yeah,
We should do that for the pod.
we sh- we could. It would be a lot of work, but be cool. Be
That'd
cool.
be cool. Alrighty. Well, this is fun.
It was fun. It was
I
fun.
go to bed.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening. As always, be sure to drop those 5-star ratings and reviews on the podcast platform of your choice. And if you don't give us 5 stars, we will ridicule your favorite popular history book. Sorry, we will.
Or make you defend Lysander in court.
Yeah, that's a little too cruel. That's a little too cruel.
Yeah, Jacqueline.
Yeah, Jacqueline. All right.
All right.
So until next time, remember, get busy living or get busy dying. Heard?